Hey Big Dragons, I am back. It is back from ALA, back from my trip, organizing my books. So this is going to be a vlog that's going to be focused on the Camp TBR and Leandra's TBR-a-thon group where we're like getting ready for camp. I'm also planning a trip to Ireland in the next couple of weeks in early August. I'm getting excited for that. Also my boxes from ALA are coming in, but it's going to be reading. We're going to get a lot of reading done and I'm really excited. I want to build a better routine than I have during the school year and kind of let it take me through, you know, the rest of the year. But yeah, let's talk about TBR-a-thon. So I am in the middle of reading two things. I am in the middle of reading This Book Will Bury Me by Ashley Winston. This isn't an arc, but it's a book that I got, and honestly I want to keep reading it. It's been very addicting. They're about 100 pages and you basically follow a main character, and I will be honest, I struggle with true crime a little bit. I think true crime can be a little bit exploitative, especially when you do armchair detective, but you basically follow a main character named Jane, and she is dealing with the after effects of her dad's unexpected death. She winds up getting caught with these people who are trying to solve these crimes, and then the next crime we're going to be involved in is basically inspired by the Idaho murders, and that is where I got. But you have her kind of telling you the story from the future, so she kind of knows how her story ends, and we're like reading her tell-all book, which I think is a very interesting premise. And one of the things I need to read is a book that has double letters, so book will count. And then because I really haven't bike ride a whole lot this year, I'm gonna count bike riding back and forth as my audiobook for Do Not Disturb by Ellie Alexander. I will attach a photo of that here. Hey Big Dragons, I am back. I'm pleased to report I'm going to Ireland for my birthday, which is so exciting. I really was trying to travel this summer because I didn't get to travel last summer because the Olympics, and I like to travel in the summer because then I always feel like breaks during school year are like hard to travel during because like I feel like I'm like more stressed when I get back, but I am traveling. I'm going there. I'm so excited. It will be a rather like fun trip for me. I always travel by myself, so because no one ever wants to go with me, but I'm really excited. It should be super fun. So I'm just trying to clean my room. All my boxes from ALA are coming today, and I'm trying to like organize everything. Yesterday was really like me relaxing and me organizing, so doing all that stuff. But I did wind up reading, I have like an hour and a half left in Do Not Disturb, which I should have attached at some point here, and that's like a cozy mystery. It's like a wedding and there's like some drama afoot, and then I have like one more episode of What Hot Family Crisis, and then I'm gonna move on. And then I got up to chapter 53 in This Book Will Bury Me. I'm really intrigued. Like I'm really liking this book. It's really like scratching an itch. Like I used to be really obsessed with true crime, and I go through phases where I'll watch a lot of true crime and then I won't. I just really do think sometimes true crime is a little bit exploitative, and there are very few YouTubers I still watch that I feel like do it like the right way. But this book sort of looks at the dark side of it and like how people like online sleuths are a little bit dangerous, and I think that it's just interesting. And this is basically inspired by but more extended of the Idaho murders, like the college murders, but it's basically like a serial killer, and these four people are kind of forced to like team up to kind of solve the case like as armchair experts. And our main character is dealing with a lot of grief from the loss of her father. So yeah, my goal is to, I just started part 2, and this is I think where we're supposed to get some hands-on action because they're actually in Idaho. And I'm really having a fun time. It's very digestible. I really liked The Last Housewife by Ashley Winston when I read that. I enjoyed Darkest Midnight is the Darkest Hour. It wasn't my favorite. It had too much of an open ending, and I hated In My Dreams I Hold the Knife. I hated all the characters. These characters, right now I am liking them, and that's sort of what kills a thriller for me if I hate all the characters in the story. But I know that thrillers tend to have unlikable characters, but I am intrigued. It is a bit of an interesting book. So I'm gonna go read to part 3, and then I'll give you guys an update. If it stops raining, I might go for a bike ride. I have to start planning my Ireland trip. I mean, everything is really planned, but like, what do I need to bring? What do I need to wear? All of that stuff. So all that stuff has to happen eventually. But I am really excited that I get to go on a trip for my birthday because I didn't get to go anywhere last year. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to read this. I'm gonna read up to part 3, which is like, you know, like 360. So once I'm done with this, I'll give you guys an update. Bye. and that will be for that. It is just a cozy mystery series that is basically based in Oregon at this little bake shop, and it's really, really cute. And I read about an hour and a half of that. The murder hasn't happened yet, but one of her characters is getting married and she's kind of involved in that, and there's a little bit of drama on all sides. So yeah, I'm going to hopefully get to read another 100 pages of this. I would like to start, I want to go through my entire YouTube clue and clear it out, because I have so many videos on there from like months ago that I don't think I'm gonna watch. Sorry, booktube creators. But the next thing I want to do is I want to unpack the last box that I got from ALA. I had to ship this through UPS because it was the only thing that was open, and the postal office made me mad because they shut it and they didn't tell anyone. So I'm gonna go unpack that box, we're gonna show, and then I'm gonna put them on my shelves, and eventually you will see a big haul. I just am gonna do it this way. You're gonna see a big haul of all the books that I've already unhauled, and then the vlogs are going to have my other boxes because I think it's just easier. So let me go get the box and then we'll chat through all the books I got at ALA. If you don't know, ALA is a library and educator conference that happens in various states throughout every year. There's 2 of them. I go to the summer one, and it's how I kickstart my reading. So yeah, let's have the books that I got. This is my bigger box. This is the box that I did last. And honestly, okay, so I got this book. It was by Karen Van Glazer, who wrote the Van Beekers, and I really did like that series. So this is a middle grade. It's called The 9 Moons of Hano and Lulu, which comes out in September, and this is set in 73-1 in China, and then it's also 1931 in China, and that's like a dual timeline storyline, which I'm really excited for. I have really liked her other books. I thought the Van Beeker series was great. And all these books are for free. I am a middle school teacher, so a lot of the middle school arcs I did get are for my students, and I just tend to pass them on when I'm done. I also have a library in my building now, so Emily will get a lot of these books as well. I also picked up a copy of The Firefly Crown by Zav Mandaudino. This comes out in November, and it is a middle grade fantasy. And I do not know what mythology this is, but it's a mythology-based story. It's a unlucky sorcerer must learn to wield her instinct magic in this charming middle grade fantasy series that's perfect for fans of impossible creatures and witchlings. So, and then this is when they started dropping their displays, which is how I got this. I got this from Source, so a lot of these books did come from that. I also had a really, really cute boot that I saw that everyone had bags from, so I got myself a couple of shirts. I got Happiness When I Am Reading, and I love blue, so this was great. I will probably use these shirts over the summer because they're big. And then I also got Imagine Being Afraid of Pronouns and Bugs, which is very, very apropos for the vibes right now in the world. So, yeah. Also, Lonely Planet was doing giving away their displays, so I decided to get Women Travel Solo. This is 30 inspiring stories of adventure, power of self-discovery. And I do tend to travel a lot by myself, so this may be my book that I read like in the morning before work, but I got this for free when they were dropping their displays. Everything is for free, so I'm gonna stop saying that, but yeah. I also got Of Monsters and Mainframes by Broderick Truelove. This is a dystopian novel that I have heard good things about, so I picked it up when they were dropping their displays. And my friend Sarah, I was with, said she really liked it, so hopefully I like it as well. Sorry, my phone is going off. And then my friend also got me a signed copy of The Exile by Andrea May. I actually met her when I was online. And this is about a secret society for like former painters, I think. This was a YA book on Source Books, I think, or Simon & Schuster. So yeah, I'm really excited to dive into this one. I met the author and she seems super cool. And you rarely ever get hardbacks at these conventions. And then I also got a couple of books from Harper that they were just dropping their display copies. So like a lot of these came from that thing. I got The Literate by Susan Cole. This was from their Christian fiction section. So I have this book, and this comes out in September. It's just like I also got The Secret Investigator by Stephanie Morrill. I have really wanted to read her. I may see if I could get this on audio eventually, but I did get this. And then there was also like a 3-book limit at Harper Teen, which I didn't get the books that I actually wanted. I was hoping I would get one of them, but I didn't. So I wound up getting 3 books that came out. and they're all hardbacks. I got The Devil's Ambition by Lindsay Miller. I got A Girl Walks into the Forest by Madeline Rue. I don't even know what this book's about, but the cover looks stunning. And then I got Enemy's Daughter by Melissa Poet, and I just grabbed these quickly. You really have a lot of time to look. And then Macmillan was dropping their displays, and I got a couple of books from them. I don't remember why I grabbed these, but this one is one I'll definitely get. But it's Dream by Barbara O'Connor. There's a puppy on it. I have a German Shepherd, so if there's a puppy, I might grab it. Also, I have The Songs of the Orphan's Garden, which is another middle grade book. And then I got another like contemporary, which is I've got My Love to Keep Me Warm, and this is a Christmas book. And then I also got What Fell from the Sky by Andrea Cuevas. This is another middle grade. A lot of the middle grades I will pass on to my students. And then I got Thirsty by Lucy Leanne, which is a paranormal enemies to lover, fake dating, off the scorching chemistry, vampire romance. And then the other book I got from sources, Girl Goddess Queen by B.F. Fitzgerald. It had really, really sprayed edges. I was convinced. And then I got these packs of cards for my friends, which is just trivia cards, and I will put these in my stack for my kids when I go back to school in September, which will just be an extra box. But yeah, that is this box, which is actually the last box that I did. So I was, yeah, but that is where we are. That is all the stuff that I got. Now I have to go find a home for these books, but that's what I think I'm going to do. Whenever I get a box, I'm just going to do it. So you guys will see them throughout my vlogs, and then eventually I'm going to do a top 5 or top 10 that I want to read that I was like really excited for. So yeah, that is the plan. Let me know so yeah, I'm going to get to reading. I'm going to go put these books back. I'm going to get to reading, and when I have an update for my books, I will give it to you. Bye. Hey Vic Dragons, I am back. It is back from ALA, back from my trip, organizing my books. So this is going to be a vlog that's going to be focused on the Camp TBR and Leandra's TBR-a-thon group, where we're like getting ready for camp. I'm also planning a trip to Ireland in the next couple of weeks in early August. I'm getting excited for that. Also, my boxes from ALA are coming in, but it's going to be reading. We're going to get a lot of reading done, and I'm really, really excited. I want to build a better routine than I have during the school year and kind of let it take me through, you know, the rest of the year. But yeah, let's talk about TBR-a-thon. So I am in the middle of reading 2 things. I am in the middle of reading this book, Will Bury Me by Ashley Winston. This isn't an arc, but it's a book that I got, and honestly, I want to keep reading it. It's been very, very addicting. They're about 100 pages, and you basically follow a main character. And I will be honest, I struggle with true crime a little bit. I think true crime can be a little bit exploitative, especially when you do armchair detective. But you basically follow a main character named Jane, and she is dealing with the after effects of her dad's unexpected death. She winds up getting caught with these people who are trying to solve these crimes, and then the next crime we're going to be involved in is basically inspired by the Idaho murders, and that is where I got. But you have her kind of telling you the story from the future, so she kind of knows how her story ends, and we're like reading her tell-all book, which I think is a very, very interesting premise. And one of the things I need to read is a book that has double letters, so book will count. And then because I really haven't bike ride a whole lot this year, I'm going to count bike riding back and forth as my audiobook for Do Not Disturb by Ellie Alexander. I will attach a photo of that here. Hey Vic Dragons, I'm back. It's a lot later. I did wind up getting like 8 or 10 of my boxes in from ALA, so I wound up sorting them, putting everything into Goodreads, putting them on shelves, packing a couple of my boxes for my friends, seeing what other people got, doing a bunch of stuff. I also, when I was doing that, I finished my book, Do Not Disturb. I will attach a photo of it here. I gave this book 4 stars. The series is really, really cute. I actually think I'm going to listen to one more, so I'm going, but it's like it's a cozy mystery series set around a bakery. It's very, very fun. They're very, very quick. I think I'm going to read one more, so I'm going to read Muffin But Trouble. I will attach a photo of that here. Hey Vic Dragons, I'm back. I did wind up running a few errands with my mom, and I wound up getting to the murder part of Nothing But Trouble, or Muffin But Trouble. I'm really liking this one. It's like about a corporate retreat gone wrong, and you have our main cast of characters. We kind of moved away from the little town for a little bit, but we're back, and it's a murder mystery that our girl has to solve. I have 4 more books left in this series. I might just power through and finish this because I am really, really liking it, and they're super addictive and they're super quick. and I really did want to finish this series this year so I can move on to something else. I also got up to page 200 in The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Beth Durst. This book comes out in August, July actually, so I'm reading it pretty early, or a little bit early. But I'm actually really liking this book. Like, it's definitely more Legends of Latte vibes. There is a lot of elements to it that are Legend of Latte, but there is also some moments of like big picture stuff. So like, I think this is a nice balance for cozy fantasy, but it also has more of a romance than I felt The Spell Shop did. I felt The Spell Shop was very much insta-lovey, and it was like not the point. This book does have a very consistent romance, and it's very slow burn. There is a lot of elements. There's a lot of fantastical elements in the story. I'm really having a fun time. We also got a part where that could be another spin-off that I would love. There's always a creature. We also have this little winged cat in here, and it's just a very fun story. Like, I'm really enjoying it. I'm on page 200. I'm going to try to get up to 250 and give you guys like another update, but I am having a fun time with it. I'm happy that I finally got back to it. And yeah, no boxes are coming today. I did wind up going shopping, and I got the Forbidden Alchemy because my Owl Crate Romantasy didn't get approved, so, and my friend has it, so if we like don't like the covers, we could swap books. But I did buy this because I do think it's going to be a book I'm going to read relatively sooner, so I bought it. But yeah, I'm really liking this. I'm liking this a lot more than The Spell Shop, and The Spell Shop was a 5-star read for me, so this is probably going to be another 5-star, but I'm really liking it. I'm happy because I have like 2 copies coming, and then the ARC that's signed, so I'm going to have a lot of these copies, but I'm having a fun time with it. So I will talk to you guys soon when I have another update. I'm also watching The Resident and trying to catch up on booktube, which is, I fell so far behind the past couple of months, so that is my plan. But I will give you guys an update when I have read a little bit more, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hey friends, I'm back. I did wind up finishing The Muffin Book by Ellie Alexander. I will have attached a photo at some point, but it's right here. But they're just really fun, easy listens. And because I am going to Ireland in about a couple of weeks, I think I'm going to save the rest of them when I go to Ireland. And I'm going to make that my audiobook. I mean, I can also listen to other things, but I really do want to catch up on this series this summer. I also do need to catch up on a lot of podcasts, so I have to do that like at some point. But I haven't been going for bike rides because I've just got home. So I think tomorrow I might go for a bike ride as long as it's not bad weather. But I also am like almost done with Mama June Hot to Not, or whatever it's called, Family Crisis. I have like 2 more. I'm actually watching the most recent season. But as for The Book Will Bury Me, I got up to part 3. We are right at the climax, and I'm really interested to see how this story like wraps up. Like, the way this whole story is told is our character Jane is telling you as she's writing a book about this experience, like being in the true crime case and trying to solve this true crime. So she's kind of telling you this story, and there's footnotes at the bottom that kind of expand on it. So I'm really curious to see like what happened. Like, what was the thing that really made these people so polarizing to the community overall? And I do know true crime is very like icky at points, and I have stopped following a lot of true crime creators because I felt it was icky. So I'm really curious. So I'm gonna get through part 3. I'm gonna read the last part of this. I should be able to finish it tonight. It's actually a pretty quick read. But I'm really liking this. This one might be my second favorite out of all of Ashley Winston's books, because I really did like The Last Housewife, but I'm not listening to it. I normally listen to my audios for mysteries and thrillers, but I flew through this. It's very hard to put down. It reminds me of when I read Murder in the Family by Kara Hunter. That one was one that I listened to, and I like sped through it. And I am really liking this one. You could tell that Ashley does base her stories on like true crime cases. You could tell the Idaho murders are definitely like an inspiration for this. But there was also another murder at the start of it that was loosely inspired by something else. But yeah, I'm very intrigued to see how the story was going to end. So I'm going to go finish it, and then I'll give you guys an update. And then I'm going to see what I'm going to read next. If I'm going to go back to The Enchanted Greenhouse, I think that's what I'm going to do. Or, yeah, so that is my plan. I'm going to go finish watching Mama June from Hot to Not, and I'll give you an update when I can. Bye. Hi, Book Dragons. I am back. Late last night, I did wind up finishing This Book Will Bury Me, and I love this book. I'm going to give this book 4.75 stars. The only reason I'm not going to give it a full 5 stars, and it probably will be like one of my favorite thrillers I read this year, is because other than our main character, Jane, I felt like all the other characters felt a little bit similar in my head. but I like this book. It was very, very captivating. It was very, very intriguing. Kind of looked at true crime in a way that I think can see what true crime can do. It also was very much a story about grief and the after effects of grief, and I really do like it. I think it was a solid read. I'm happy that I picked it up, that it was one of my display books. So I have to go to yoga today. I have to go take care of a few things at the yoga studio, and my goal is to get back into reading The Enchanted Greenhouse. I'm like 160 pages into this. I read this. This was supposed to be a sightseeing book, but then I didn't get around to it. So if you don't know, this is the sequel to The Spell Shop, and basically you follow the person that, oh, what is her name? Now I don't remember what her name is. But you follow the person that created the little plant in Spell Shop. You follow the person, and basically that person was a librarian, and then they were like convicted of using magic, and they were put in a statue for like a couple of years. But then when they were taken out of the statue, they were sent to this enchanted greenhouse where all the plants are falling asleep. Everything is falling apart because there is no sorceress, and everyone thinks that she's a sorceress because she has done magic before. She kind of has to team up with this grumpy gardener to kind of like save these plants, save these gardeners, and get it back on track, even though she's not magical. This is definitely more of a romance. I remember when I read The Spell Shop, I said that the romance was very, very like light and fluffy and very, very like low point. This book I think is more of a romance. So if you're looking for more of a romance, there's also a winged cat in this story. I'm really, really liking it. There's a main character, Rose, that I'm loving. So I'm like 160 pages into it. So when I get up to page 228, I'm going to give you an update if I'm home. If not, I'll give you an update when I'm home. And then I'm still reading Muffin But the Truth. I really hoped my boxes were going to come in the mail today. We will see. I have one more box that I'm waiting for, but yeah. So I'm going to go read the rest of this. I also finished watching Mama June from Hot to Not. I finished watching that, and now I'm going back to The Resident because that's a show that I would like to finish before I move on to something new. But yeah, that is where we are. So when I'm back, I'm going to go to yoga, hopefully, but when I come back, I will give you guys an update. So my goal is to read a bit more of this so I can get back into the story, and then and then after this I might wrap up this vlog because I would like to do a themed vlog based on all the arcs that I got, and I don't know the theme I'm gonna do, but I wanted to like wrap up the books I was in the middle of reading, and I will make some progress on that. I also do at some point today I want to start Christmas crafting because I do have to do that, and I will clean my desk and do that a little bit later. But I will talk to you guys when I have an update and when I'm back into the story, because I really was liking it, and then I had to put the book down for a prompt for the Amazing Readathon. I had to read 50 pages of a new book, and I just chose this, and then I just kept reading it because it was very, very captivating. But I would definitely recommend this, especially if you like fast-paced stories. So I will be back when I have an update soon. This is a very, very fun one. It basically followed a corporate retreat that went a little bit chaotic. It was fun. It was quick. I really do like this series. I think I'm just going to kind of power through and read one more of these. Also really do need to catch up on my podcast. So today I might go for a bike ride and listen to a couple of podcasts because I'm really, really far behind on some of them. Some of them I'm caught up on, but a lot of the political ones that I watch and listen to, I'm not. Hype puts out so much content and I'm just a little bit farther behind, but now that like I'm actually in the mood to like watch stuff, I want to like catch up while I'm available. So I'm going to do that I think today. But I finished that. I'm going to pick up the next Ellie Alexander. It's a Halloween one, To Catch a Candy. I'm going to attach a photo of that here as well. Have such similar titles, to be very honest. I don't know if I'm probably gonna wrap up this vlog when I finish this, but I am gonna read that, and I'll probably just talk about it in my weekend reading vlog, because my weekend reading vlog will be a bit different because I'm gonna have a theme. But yeah, I wound up getting up to page 300 in The Enchanted Greenhouse. I'm really, really liking this book, like quite a bit. I think that this is more of a true cozy romantasy. It has enough plot to keep me interested. I really do love the world. I love the characters, and I feel like this story builds the romance super well into it. I feel like it's more like a Friends to More romance, or like it has a bit more bite to it. When I read The Spell Shop, I love the world, I love the political stuff, I love the vibes, but I felt like the romance was very, very insta-lovey. This does not feel that way, and I really like both characters quite a bit. So yeah, I'm on page 308. I'm gonna definitely finish this book today. So once I'm done with this, I'll give you guys an update, and I'm probably gonna wrap up this vlog. But yeah, I will talk to you guys when I have an update for you. Bye. Big Dragons, I am back to wrap up this vlog because I did finish The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Durst and I gave this book 5 stars. I really like this story. I think that this is a great one. I think that if when you read Spell Shop you were hoping for more of a romantasy, I think that this book will definitely feel like a cozy romantasy. Definitely this plot. It definitely is more of a self-discovery story, but there are elements in this that I think would, you know, there's a lot of elements of the story that I think would capture a lot of people. There's a little bit of a mystery, there's a romance, there's a setting, there's like a new setting. It's very mythical, creature focused, and I really had a fun time with it. Like, I liked all the side characters and I had a great time. I gave this book 5 stars. So in this vlog I read a bunch of Ellie Alexander, which was all 4 stars, and then I read The Book Will Bury You, which I gave 5 stars, and I gave this one 5 stars. So I actually had a pretty good, you know, time coming back from ALA, which means I picked up good books. This cover is also so pretty. That book is already out. This Book Will Bury You, and this is coming out in late July. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you're currently reading, and I will talk to you guys soon for another vlog. We're back on track, friends, and I'm so excited. Talk to you guys soon.